Hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. I am Johnny Condon. Well, we had a jam-packed Saturday filled with sports all around East Texas. Before we touch on championship football, championship volleyball games, we start in the NBA, where this guy right here, former TJ Apache Jimmy Butler, is finally on the move. According to sources, the Philadelphia 76ers are trading Robert Covington, Dario Saric, Jared Bayless, and a 2022 second-round pick for Butler and forward Justin Patton. And according to those same sources, the Sixers have every intention of formalizing a long-term contract agreement with this summer, with Butler, of course, but nothing is allowed to be negotiated or finalized until Butler officially opts out of his contract at the end of the year. Butler hasn't been shy about wanting out of Minnesota, and today, the former Apache got his wish. Speaking of Apaches, the TJC women's volleyball is coming later. Basketball, that's coming up right now into the third quarter. Fast break, and Kendall Best, she misses the layup but gets her own rebound and puts it back up. TJC has an a 58-50 lead. Later on, Colin College, they knocked that down to cut the lead to 8. Later on in the fourth quarter, it's more Best back to the basket, and she pulls up from just outside the block. Colin comes all the way back, though. They get the win, 76-71. Northeastern Oklahoma in town to take on Kilgore for the conference championship. Early on, Guy Myers drops back to pass, and he's picked off by Caleb Ford-Dement. He's going to get the pick six. He goes all the way back to the house, and the Rangers take an early 7-0 lead. They are pumped up on the sideline there. They've had a great season, and they just kept rolling today. Next possession, ball in the 16, and DeMontre Tuggle powers his way into the end zone. Kilgore goes up 14-0. Later in the second quarter, the Rangers are up 27-6 at this point, and Quez Allen, he's airing it out for Omar Manning. He's into the end zone. That puts them up 34-6. The Rangers, they go on to beat down Norseman 62-19. And they're your Southwest Junior College Football Conference champions. Big-time college football now. Texas and Texas Tech squaring off in Lubbock. Head coaches Cliff Kingsbury and Tom Herman on site. And early on, it's all Red Raiders. They strike on the opening possession. Jet Duffy finds TJ Vasher from 5 yards out. In Texas Tech, they got themselves a 7-0 lead. Later in the end of the first quarter, Sam Ehlinger trying to get something going, and he's going to be brought down by Broderick Washington Jr. That's a huge loss, but that's when Texas started to take command. Sam Ehlinger here, he finds his man, Lil Jordan Humphreys from 9 yards out. That touchdown puts the Longhorns up 10-7. And later on, it's a local product. We all love Keontae Ingram here, the former Carthage star. Goes in from 2 yards. Texas up 17-7 now. Crazy game in the second half. We're all tied up, and this is where Ehlinger does big things. He finds his man, Little Jordan Humphreys. Watch him go up and get the ball. In Texas, they survive Lubbock. They get the win over Texas Tech, 41-34. And we had some more college football action around the great state of Texas today. The Texas A&M Aggies, they head to Oxford on the Grove and beat Ole Miss in some SEC action. They get that victory 38-24. And SFA, they have struggled this season, and their struggles continued as they took on Nichols today. They lose 47-14. And coming up next, Beckville volleyball was back in action today with a chance to go to the state tournament on the line. I'll have all the highlights and sound after the short break. Hey, welcome back. It's playoff time for volleyball around East Texas, and the Beckville Lady Cats are in familiar territory. The Lady Cats would have an opportunity to move on to the state tournament with a win over Leon this afternoon, just down the road in Longview. Beckville Lady Cats, Leon Lady Cougars, something's got to give in the regional finals with a trip to the state tournament on the line. First set, Miranda Mize with a big spike to put the Lady Cats up 14-12. Later in the set, senior Jordan Tondu, boom. She gets the big spike, and Beckville takes an 18-15 lead. Fast forward to the fourth set, match point, and Leon's return is out of bounds, and that will do it. The Beckville Lady Cats are headed back to the state tournament. They win in 4 sets. After the win, we caught up with head coach Sherry Downs.
Amazing effort. I have 4 seniors this year, and their determination today was evident. Actually, this weekend, or even all season, their leadership, their skill, everything that they put into getting to the state tournament has really been there for years. And today they've earned that trip. I couldn't be more proud. I told them this is our 7th appearance, and I finally get to cry happy tears.
Well, you know, 7 straight appearances in a tournament like that, that's actually remarkable. That's
No
somewhat
kidding.
of a dynasty.